What's it like working with this group when you mix in the guys obviously coming back, but then you throw in the Zedarius, Obo, all the guys that have kind of come over from the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's been really fun working with the group. Um, Anytime you get a mix of veteran and young players, I think that's a good recipe to have success. You have guys that have, you know, had a lot of success in this league. Some guys at one team, some guys at multiple teams, like Zedarius and or Miles, who's been here, right? But you have guys that know how to, win in the NFL in the right way to approach the job on a daily basis. Obviously, Dalvin falls in that category too. So when you get guys in the room show their way of being pros, and you get younger guys who are hungry and want to learn from them, you got a chance to have a pretty good culture of just work ethic and effort and being a top tier pro football player. So when you're a coach in that situation, that's fun. Yeah.
A lot of the offseason coach has been the wide nine. Everybody's really excited to see it. Like, do you sense the excitement from the players and how different? Obviously, we've been here to see it before, but how different do you think it's going to look?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Schwartz, it's well documented, right, as a coordinator or head coach for a long time in the NFL, has had a lot of success with this system. He's been at multiple stops, but the system really hasn't changed. Really, Coach Schwartz and Coach Washburn, with the D-line, those two guys have really set the mark of how this attack front should be, how it should look like, how you train it, how you build it. So that's the model I'm following. I'm fortunate to have, again, Coach Schwartz and Coach Washburn, their model, and now it's up to us to continue to build it in that direction.
So after OTAs
Go
and
ahead.
minicamp,
Yep.
who's the quickest off the ball on this team?
The quickest off the ball. I mean, yesterday Miles might have been most consistently the quickest, but it didn't feel like today was. I don't know if you watch our individual, but a lot of times I like to be the center because I played that position at one point. Not at that high of a level, but so I like to go down there and have the ball in my hand and do the cadence. And my focus in that moment is to have the best cadence possible to see if I can make these guys jump off sides. So I can't always feel who's exactly winning the get off at that moment. But today I'm going to watch the film right when we're done, and then I'm going to evaluate. But yesterday, most consistently, was Miles.
How about the tackles?
The tackles, Tristan showed up once or twice. Mo showed up once or twice. I mean, it's so competitive. It's not like everyone's winning. No one's winning 9-0. It's pretty like one or two here and there. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of juice coming off the ball. We got to get better, but the competition's a good thing.
You seem kind of mellow talking to us, but you're not mellow out there with those guys. So is it a switch you turn on or what?
Well, it's our job to have a great individual. So coach's job is to set the tempo. And I think we all respond to each other's energy. So, I'll bring the energy when we need to bring it, and usually it's a good thing. And we get rolling, and we run, and we get off the ball, and then, we're in a rhythm, and that's our job. Like, we got to go.
So wait, just to follow up on that. So how does that translate to the players? Does players take that energy from you, do you think?
Well, I think all of them have their own internal energy, and they're pro football players, and they want to come and be great. Right, but sometimes you need your coach to turn it up for you a little bit, and then usually they take it over from there. Every day is different. Obo's always bopping around, talking, having fun. So sometimes he brings it first. Siaki brings it sometimes. Miles, okay, he said something. Zedarius says something. Dalvin, was that Dalvin? Yeah, he says something. So, like, someone's going to say something to get us all going. It's my job to make sure we got the culture where we're all doing it, picking each other up, and as a coach, I'm going to take every opportunity I can to get that going in the right direction.
How is it you end up at D-line? Who initiated that move?
I know organizationally they were obviously supportive of it. I have it in my background. I was fortunate when I was in Dallas for 9 years. I was a linebacker coach there at the end, but before that I coached D-line, coached D-ends. That system's a little bit, it's different. It's different than the system we have here, but it's D-line play. So obviously the position was open. I was in the building, and
So
it's something that if the job's available, I'm interested, and I was fortunate that it all worked out.
since it's Schwartz's kind of specialty,
Yes.
reputation, feel any added pressure to be the position coach there?
Well, look, I'm gonna work my butt off to do what the team needs to win. So I'm freaking excited about being the D-line coach for Jim Schwartz. So pressure. I mean, I don't really feel it. I more apply it, but it's the NFL. Like, we got to be great every day. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be great every day.
D-line is what I'm getting at with the investment.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the order of events from a chronology standpoint. Like, maybe the D-line coach and the other signings happened, but it worked out. I'm so far it's been fantastic. It's going to continue to be, and we're really excited to keep rolling as a group.
You mentioned Obo's energy.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him when he comes off the edge? Like, what stands out about his game?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a really good first step. He's got explosiveness. He's also, what's unique about him, sometimes certain guys have ability to change direction, different than others, just how they're built, how their gait is, how their length is. So a guy of his height and his stature, he has that initial get off, but then he's got the feel and the lateral agility to make different, moves. And when you watch his film, you see how he is productive, the manner in which he plays and rushes the quarterback. Those type of things show up. His feel, his, I guess agility, for lack of a better term, and you see it in the drill work, but of course the drill work is not real one-on-one pass rushing. So
When I was talking to him yesterday, he didn't seem upset at all that you guys get Za'Darius, right, who theoretically could take reps away from him. I guess, do you notice the same thing, and what does that say about him that he's not worried about that?
yeah, I mean, we're gonna rotate guys to begin with. So I mean, this system, we're gonna play hard. We're gonna compete. We're gonna run. So there's gonna be a rotation. So the starter could play as much as the next guy, so to speak. So that's the first thing. And then after that, it's like Obo's a pro, Za'Darius is a pro. They want to win. Like, they've been great teammates so far. Like, and we've been mixing groups already in our walk through, jog through team periods, and their professionalism and maturity is noted.
Garrett in his career has averaged about 80% defensive snaps.
Yep.
What should be that number?
Yeah, I mean, ideally it's going to be lower than that initially, and the whole point is that we're fresh every week and fresh at the end of the season. So
70? Would you like to get, or even below that?
yeah, about something in that ballpark. It's hard to. There's going to be a rotation, and as the game moves, but yeah, it would be probably lower than that.
Probably 4 or 5 ends up every Sunday, right?
Yeah, you would think. In the nature of that, at least 4, that's standard. And then after that, things like health and special teams, and yeah, but sure, we'll be rotating players, so we'll be ready with multiple guys in multiple positions.
Ben, should I talk about that rotation, I guess, aspect of it? I mean,
Yeah.
We've seen you guys kind of move those guys around already. It's not full contact or full go or anything like that, but just seeing kind of how they've done in that, does it kind of get you excited for as the ramp up begins of the versatility you have in this unit?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a coach, you have to take advantage of the players' strengths and their abilities. We have guys who have production documented at different spots across the line. So, I mean, I have to be aware of that, of course. And then when you put it all together and you're building rotations and who's out on the field in certain situations, like who's on the field in 3rd down and 2-minute and 1st and 2nd down, now you got to be intentional about who you're putting where. So, yeah, it is exciting. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, like, do we know what we're doing? Do we know how to do it? Are we playing hard? Are we playing together? Are we finishing? Are we playing with excellent technique? And that's the stuff that's most important. Then after that, okay, now, you want to rush over here? You want to line up over here? Like, yeah, there's priorities. But I'm with you. I agree.
So are you saying that Obo has the most energy over a guy like Za'Darius or Siakam? That's a lot better.
Well, we don't have, like, an energy meter out there every day.
But you said they feed off their energy, so what's the vibe? Like, who's bringing the most?
Well, there's energy within the drill with, like, the effort and the toughness. You see that in Za'Darius because he's going hard, and then he's just kind of, like, smiling and having fun in between. But Obo's a little more audible. he's bouncing a little more, he's talking a little more. Siaki might pop off with something, you know. So, hey, if they're working and they're having fun, that's only gonna, you know, make my job more fun and bring the whole culture and you know, attitude of the group in a positive note. So.
Siaki said he wanted to be best friends with Miles. Have you seen them just become besties during drills and whatnot?
I mean, during the drill they're working, so I can't. I hope they're not doing that during the actual drill. In between drills, they might be, but I'm not focusing on. You're all good. I'm not focusing on that, but hey, I mean, Miles is someone that you can learn a lot from. So Siaki's a sneaky smart guy, you know. So he's probably wise to surround himself with some vets that can help him and help his career.
We've heard a lot of guys trying to describe, or not trying, but describing Jim's defense and his philosophy. But as a guy coaching the guys up front, how would you say is what your main message to them in this attacking scheme?
Well, you know, we're real fortunate to be in a defense like this with Coach Schwartz and what he's built over the years. You know, he sets the standard for what he wants from the defensive line, and he wants guys that can be productive, that can play with high motor, that can mess things up for the offense, that can get off the ball, that run to the ball, and that finish on a, you know, play-in, play-out basis. And that makes the defenses go. And his most successful defenses at multiple places have been when the D-line does that. You know, we know that, we understand that. So now, you know, daily, how we meet, how we watch film, how we decide that how we're going to work out on the field, our techniques, our effort, that's all based on, you know, the standard that he sets for us. So it's exciting when you know that you can, if you work hard and do it the right way, you can have that kind of impact in our room for this team. You know, that's an exciting thing. And, you know, we're relishing that opportunity.